We're going to be playing the demo for the David Cage. Oh, wow. It just has a button that just says order right on here. Do you want to buy the game right now? Wait. He has difficulties now? Rachel, what are you drawing in a homosexual relationship now? Is a fantastic way to ask that. Ellen Page had long hair for 30% of Beyond. 30% is not the majority. They couldn't really do long hair in Indigo Prophecy.
I am just drawing Monster Hunter monsters as chibis. So, nothing gay. But I mean, I can quickly change that.
These are really weird, by the way. So, a story-oriented game, right? Like a completely story-focused game, like the Telltale games. You wouldn't expect those to have a difficulty option, would you?
No.
But apparently, it wants to know if I want an immersive gameplay with advanced controls. Is this going to be like... Is this going to be like... for Heavy Rain, where it had the option to use motion controls, and you have to, like, flick the controller up and down? The monsters might be gay. You don't know. It's, 2 Rathians right there.
I would love if the monsters were gay.
I mean, sometimes geese are gay.
Sometimes penguins are also gay.
David Cage games have had difficulty for all games since Heavy Rain. Really? I never play them other than Heavy Rain. I just watch people play them. So I have no idea about that.
Do you want to see the finished, Dodo, whatever the fuck?
Dodogama.
Yeah. Do you want to see him? Because I just finished coloring him.
Also, 2038 seems like an optimistic point for saying that we'll have realistic cyborgs. I think that this is a bit too early.
Look at me not posting things into Discord.
The cat is meowing outside of my door. We get it. Your Superman has preternatural abilities here. Also, yeah, that's pretty cute. 2238 finally figured out VR porn. Alright, let's go. Here's the real question, though. Are each of these hairs implanted into his head, or does he have the ability to grow artificially keratinous material? VR porn will be like 2021. VR porn exists now, it's just like scary. My favorite thing about like watching YouTuber people who have looked at like VR, oh my god. Oh god, it is like Heavy Rain controlled super hard. Keratinous is also probably not real. Is probably a word that I just made up. But it could be real. Oh, I'm hearing the abuse already happening. So we're gonna play the robot extremely human, just for the sake of it. We might run through the game a second time, the demo a second time.
Gotta draw your Toby Kadachi now.
No, chitinous is a different thing entirely. Chitin would be like if you have some shell-like shit going on your body. I'm talking about like how your, you know, freaking what do you call it? Body parts, teeth and hair and fingernails are all made out of like keratin.
I like being fleshy.
Would you be mad if they sent an android to try and save your kid? Because
No.
this woman's really mad about it. They're just like, keep it away.
I think if anything, I might feel like slightly better.
If an android was what took your kid hostage, would you be more upset?
No. I don't care who took my kid hostage. Someone took my kid hostage.
Okay, because, like, she's mad at me for being an android. But honestly, it's like, oh. They've actually hardwired my brain to not be able to go into areas first. So I actually have to talk to this man.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she's mad because they're setting an android, but also it's like, would you rather a human get shot trying to save your child? Also, maybe an android can reason with an android better. Think about that.
An odd question. Were you the one who was streaming, like, that really bad vampire game?
Which one?
Like, you got to make your own, like, you got to, like, pick what kind of vampire you wanted to be. Like, apparently there were, like, different types of vampires.
I think you're actually confusing me for Cry.
Maybe I'm confusing you for Cry. I am confusing you for Cry.
I did stream a very bad vampire game once, though. But it was actually when you weren't talking to me?
Like, we weren't friends yet, or, like...
No, like, you weren't talking to me. Also, I had a weird echo for a second there, and I fixed that, so I'm sorry about that.
Was it like a weird, like, vampire RPG type thing? Where it's like you lived in, like, a scummy city?
No, that's Cry. That's not
That's
me.
Cry? Okay.
Keratinous is a word on dictionary.com. Fuck yeah.
I don't know why...
Also, chitin is similar to keratin. Yes.
Also, please don't be offended that I'm making Tobi Kadachi now.
Okay.
She just looks like a lady to me.
I mean, there's definitely one of each. The only difference of that is, like, for Rathians.
Yeah. I might sell these as stickers if I do Artist Alley.
You should. Should very much use them as stickers. It is Vampire the Masquerade she's thinking of, too.
Yes, that is the game I'm thinking of.
I've considered playing it, but that game has a nightmare of a time. I don't understand what I'm doing.
Because then you, like, get to go do missions and, like, beat up other vampires.
Yeah, it's a very old school RPG. I don't
know why it came to my mind, so I'm very sorry.
Well, here's the thing. Back when we weren't talking for a period of time, I actually... Oh, fuck, there it is. Okay, never mind. I'm figuring out the game. This game is definitely a David Cage game. I streamed a game called Dark. And in it, I sounded like a complete and total racist.
You mean you're not? I'm kidding.
There was a situation where everybody that tried to attack me was black, and I was like, why are all these black people homeless? Why is every black person homeless? And
I mean, that might not be right. You just asking a question as to
no,
why
but it was making me sound like it, considering it sounded like I was accusing all black people of being homeless in that game.
See, when the way you said it, it made it sound to me like you were asking why the fuck did the developers make all of the black people.
Noid isn't a racist, he's a misanthrope. Actually accurate, Diablos is male, black Diablo are female. I actually had to explain recently to Rachel that black Diablos are just horny.
Yeah, and, like, the reason they're so fucking pissed is because you're ruining their bone time. It's like, I get it. I'd get pissed off if some, like, fucking random dude with a sword was like, yo, I want your tail. It's like, no, fuck off. I'm here to get laid.
This game is just, like anything to do with android fiction, where people treat androids like second-class citizens. All I can think of is just, why would you ever do that? Why would you ever treat something that is a human, for all intents and purposes, aside from being cybernetic, like it's not also kind of like you? Like, we've learned from treating humans like they're not people that it's a bad decision because they'll fight you. So, like, why would you think that the artificial intelligence won't also fight you? Jesus Christ.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, these fucking controls, though. They're in heat. I don't need their tails. I need their horns. I mean, yeah, they're in heat. They want to bone down. That's what we're saying.
I always want a bone.
Also, apparently every second counts in this case, so if that's the case, then I'm going to take as long as possible.
I, however, just got mildly bad news. Not really bad news, but annoying news.
Yeah.
The landlord is thinking about changing, some shit in the contract.
Interesting.
Don't know what. But we just got an email saying that come next, like when our lease is up, there might be changes in the contract, so look it over. So my thought is either he's going with the whole, like,
Oh my
you know,
God.
pets. In which case, I'm gonna have to find a new place to live.
Interesting. That's not good. You know it's a good place to live.
Can't
Yeah.
afford that right now.
Maybe not, but still. It's always an option.
Hey, I mean, if someone wants to give me money for my car payment, then I could totally do it.
That's our first Patreon goal is to pay for Rachel's car. Our second is to pay for Nick's education.
All I need is $7,000.
That's less than Nick needs. Probably.
So if there's a generous soul out there who wants to donate, I won't,
Okay, so he got banged right about there. Oh god, it's like I'm watching Super Hot.
This just in, I'm really bad at lizard things. Anything with scales.
Okay. Oh. Okay. See, here's the thing. The mechanics of this are fantastic. I love, like, David Cage stupid control systems. Can I zoom in on that?
I feel like there's a but that's gonna happen.
But David Cage's writing is such shit. And David Cage is like an actually scummy weirdo gross man. And so it's like, this game might be a perfectly fine game. In the end, it's still a David Cage game. I have the money for my Patreon pledges, and that's about it. Yeah, true.
Yo, fucking go to my Patreon. I draw titties all the time.
Yeah, like, actually probably use Rachel's more than, like, mine. Don't give me money, Mysti. Stop that. My Patreon deserves to die.
Oh, I thought it was Dragon Dildo saying that.
No,
I thought I
Dragon Dildos might follow you for titties, though.
I was gonna be like, fucking really poorly drawn titty.
Like, here's the thing. I don't hate how the David Cage makes his games. I hate the David Cage, but his games are all very stupid, too. Like, the writing...
I can hear your game through your headphones.
It's not that loud.
I just heard, like, because there was just a lady talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
gunshots. It's honestly not that loud. That might just be a glitch on my system.
You know, because it's fine now.
It wasn't even like a lady talking, though. It was just like a whisper.
Oh, I heard something.
Maybe you're just hearing ladies talking.
Don't say things.
Alright,
Because
so
you know
let's
me, I
reboot it.
like firmly believe that, like, my apartment complex is haunted. But that's also just because I'm mildly insane. Is it just Toby Kadachi's back that's fuzzy, or is it like their legs?
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. Mysti, do you happen to know? Estimated time of death. I'll give you a confirmed time of death. Okay, so the one thing they've got going for Detroit right now is it has an interesting mechanic in the examining of the crime scene system. The rest of it's still really whatever, though. Okay, so that's where the kid was. I really do actually love this system, specifically. I'm not a big fan of the David Cage, but I do actually just genuinely like this system right here. Okay, so he blapped the android. Legs are more scales, like a lizard. It's mostly the back and the tail. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate your assistance, good sir.
Alright, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the start. Gun landed over there. Now, can I take the gun? Yes, is the answer to this. We are going to... I said we're going to take the gun. We can use the cop gun to shoot the real bullets. Androids are strictly forbidden to carry weapons. We're actually taking it. I know I said that I was going to play it straight, but no, we're a deviant now. Rachel cannot, because Rachel never goes in chat.
What?
I was curious if you could see links or anything like that.
No. Why was Mysti linking a picture of Toby?
Probably.
Thank you, Mysti. I appreciate it.
Wait, can I unmute this? Can I unmute this? Jesus Christ!
What the fuck are you doing? You gotta talk to him.
Okay, so they were not kidding when they said that every second counts. You actually do totally have to observe as much stuff in this game as you can.
I'm like really bad with scales. So let's see how the fuck this is going to
Don't come
work
any
out.
closer or I'll jump. Hi, Daniel. My name is Connor. How do you know my name? I know a lot of things about you.
Did you fuck up?
I've come to get
No,
out of this.
they're just holding a gun to a kid right now.
Kid?
Yeah, well, because it's the David Cage. He's gonna have to have child abuse and probably assault of a woman in there, and right now it's both.
Is the child a girl?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to talk and find a solution. Talk. I don't want to talk. It's too late for that now. Help me. It's too late. Are you armed?
I'm gonna lie to him. I have no gun. I'm a robot. We're not allowed to have guns.
I know you have a gun.
How do you know how... You know...
I'm telling you the truth.
You're right. I do have a gun. I am actually lying to you, but you should know that legally we are not allowed to carry those.
I know you and Emma were very close.
I, too, am like you. A deviant android. So, please, trust me. I will not blap your brains.
But I was wrong. She's just like all the other humans.
I'm gonna murder her because she's just like all the other human... Dude, she was like your best friend.
He's losing blood.
I really want to play that game that you showed me that you're the girl that turned into the
All
cat,
humans
the dog.
die eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
Sweary's
not
new
just
game.
one guy's now?
I'm
That's,
like,
that game is not even close to being finished yet.
I know, but I'm like super into it.
And I'd kill you.
How is it that we've... You know what? No.
Okay.
We're gonna let the cop die.
Kill him.
They were going to replace you, and you became upset. That's what happened, right? I thought I was part of the family.
Oh shit, there's a dead guy in the pool I didn't even notice.
But I was just their toy. Something to throw away when you're done with it.
Let's be sympathetic here.
Listen, I know it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. The family got a little bit cruel to you, and you're not programmed to handle that.
It's not my fault. I never wanted this.
We know you didn't want this. It's fine. You can step back from that ledge, my friend.
But I was nothing.
But also, like, actually put the girl down.
To be ordered around.
Your head is glowing blue. That means you're not actually as crazy right now. You're not deviant if your head's glowing blue.
I can't stand
Says the guy who picked up a gun against this programming.
Tell that helicopter to get out of here.
It's fine. We got like a 92% chance here. There's only an 8% chance he kills the girl. Statistically, I'm for those odds. We got a 99% chance here. Let's be rational with him.
There are snipers on every roof. Let the hostage go. You have no other choice.
Oh, he didn't like being rational.
Everyone to leave.
I could have got it. I could have had 100 if I didn't act rationally, but
I'll let her go.
my human brain is too much like a cyborg sometimes. Compromise.
That's impossible, Daniel. Let the girl go, and I promise you won't be hurt.
He's not going to enjoy it. Oh, he did enjoy it.
I don't want to die.
He doesn't want to die. Then don't die.
You're not going to die. We're just going to talk.
That's it. That's 100% probability of success. That's no chances of girls being thrown off ledges today.
Okay. I trust you.
It's good that you trust me, considering I lied to you about having a gun earlier. It also gave me the option to use that. Oh god, they just shot his side out super hard. Oh god, they are obliterating him. You know what? Those are non-lethal shots to an android, though. So I'm gonna give them credit on that.
You lied to me, Connor.
Excuse me?
I'm guessing a lethal shot would be like, oh no, they hit the
Well, no, apparently it was still lethal. It still killed him, but I don't get how. He's not a human. But they're just like, hey, you lied to me, Connor. And it's just like, yeah, I did. I also stole a gun. My priority here was the little girl. I sympathized with that robot. But, like, let's be real here. Internal damage to the CPU is actually a good possibility. He did take a headshot. Oh, we can explore the different patterns that we didn't take. I got a lot of them, to be honest. Sniper shot deviant. Oh, there's a path that ends way sooner. Which I'm guessing is probably shooting him. Software instability added to you. What? Because my guy lied and took a gun. And also he watched a person die in front of him. Who then said, I trusted you. Because he lied to him. Like, I'm guessing that that's robot PTSD, right? It's like in Nier, when freaking, what's his name, 9S sees 2B die, goes berserk. Like, that's a software instability. That's a WOPA, you know? It's actually like here's the thing. This plays like a David Cage game still. Like, the controls are super clunky and really shitty. It looks really nice, which is a hallmark for his games, but it's super predictable, and it proves to me that your choices do not matter, because I got everybody to leave him the shit alone, and he still died. And I know that it's saying, here, look, these are all the different choices that you could have made. There were 9 different endings in Heavy Rain. It didn't matter. Like, your choices didn't matter most of the time. Like, I get that it literally does matter and that there's these options that you did not get. But ultimately speaking, like, I was choosing to be sympathetic to this guy, and he still got shot. If I got him to surrender, why did they just blast him like that? That's super asinine. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm the android sent by Cyberlife.
Oh my god, wait, do they just have a trailer for the game at the end of the... They do. They actually just have a trailer at the end of the demo. That's hilarious.
My name is Cara.
Oh, the demo's over already?
Yeah, it's only the demo that they had at the whatever's, you know, the E3s and the stuff.
Damn.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's 5 endings, 6 endings, so they're just like, hey, do you want to replay this? Because
No.
they're assholes. Yeah, no, I actually don't want to replay it. I'm content with that. I don't want to go through and examine every different scenario, and here's my reason why. I've played through Heavy Rain twice. Once I played through it on my own. Once I played through it on the stream after forgetting about it. There's a very specific thing about Telltale games and Quantic Dream games. And it's that you can see the specific threading where everything starts to make sense. Where you can choose options, where you can transparently see where the story changes into what options. And it's the reason why you're not supposed to play any of their games twice. And like David Cage has actually said, never replay one of my games. It's a terrible decision. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. They're meant to be experienced once through, unless you want to get everything. But it just, like, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's going to be a completely serviceable game, which is exactly what Heavy Rain was, which is exactly what every David Cage game is, except for Omicron. Omicron is a mistake we can never undo. Omicron is such a dramatically terrible game that I'm astonished that Quantic Dream is still in business. Like, Omicron is a game that would have ended almost any other studio, and yet they're still here like 20 years later. And somehow Omicron got David Bowie involved in it, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they managed that. But yeah, that was a okay demo. It's exactly what I expected. And from what I've seen of other people playing other demos of this game, not the one that was released here, but like one that they had at a different, I didn't realize I was only pledging to 2 patrons. I have enough to give Rachel a bit. Well, there you go.
Aw, you don't have to.
But as I was going to say, I watched a little bit of another part of Detroit, and it was just like, hey, we've got a little girl and we've got a female android. Guess what's going to happen? Oh, look, assault. So I can't wait for Detroit female assault simulator, because that's what it's going to be. Also, this guy here, Connor, the AI detective, he's just Norman Jayden. He's just an already existing character from another David Cage game. Norman Jayden was a really awkward, stilted, poorly written detective.
I
from
remember
Heavy
you
Rain.
playing his games.
Yeah, you remember Norman Jayden.
I do.
Yeah, so it's like he's just Norman Jayden. He's just detective. That's his personality, is detective. And I can't wait to play the other characters where their personalities are just robots. Yeah, Norman Jodin. Nauman Jodin.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I suddenly do not feel well.
That's understandable. Take your time.